Hey now, Dad Brow coming at you with another episode of our Team Builder series. And in this episode, we want to talk about strategy cards. Where do they come from? Which ones do you want to get? How much should it cost to get them? If you're lucky, maybe not a lot. Stick around. Don't go nowhere.
Daddy, are you here?
All right, episode 3 of the Team Builder series, Dad Brow coming at you. We want to talk about strategy cards today. EA made a confusing change this year. We used to be able to just put training to a bunch of players and it helped boost speed and jumping and all kinds of different attributes. Now we have to use these strategy cards and they only boost certain attributes and they only boost specific positions. And then we have to put training into them to make them work anyways. So hopefully we can make it a little bit easier, and we want to do some rolls and show you what one of the fantasy packs for one of these rare cards look like. You get 2 spots for offense, 2 spots for defense, and then there's a program card that you can use during a program on program players, but we're just going to focus on the normal everyday strat cards for the rest of the video. Let's take Here's an example of one of the best defensive strategy cards you can get. It's in the zone, and we are boosting tackling and speed on all of our defensive backs. So they get zone coverage increased, play recognition, awareness, and then we were lucky enough on this roll for the tackling and the speed. So when you start putting your rares into your roll, this is one of the cards you're going after. It's awesome. Here's the other defensive strat card we currently like to use. It's called the Island. So it's going to boost man coverage, press, and play rec for just the cornerbacks. So the safeties aren't impacted. But this one we have +1 awareness and +1 speed as well. So what that ends up doing is every corner on our team with both of those strategy cards, they get +2 speed. And if they're a Colts player, because we run a full Colts theme team, they're getting +4 to speed. So we're talking about building a team. These are some of the key ingredients you need to get your team over the top. All right, so we'll take a quick look at what those kind of boosts can do to a card when you mix it with a theme team. This Kenny Moore card is a 92 overall harvest. It's put into his power up. He did get a +1 on top of that to his team of the week, but look at these stats. Look at all the boosts. I don't have to read them off, but all the pluses you see next to his attributes are from strat cards or theme team boosts. You can make some really cool looking cards with these things. Every day in the daily objectives list, there's a way to earn a free strategy card. It's most of the time going to be the basic lowest end one that we can use for a set later on down the road. But you can earn one of these every day, basically for playing Madden for about 15 to 20 minutes. All of the campaign solos get you 7 pulls at strategy cards. And most of the time, like I said, it'll be the basic bottom end one that we can use for a set. But you do have a chance to pull one of the really good ones. And the other place to get free strategy cards is just by leveling up. So the more XP you grind for, the more you will level up. And every few levels, they give out some strategy cards. I think it's level 20, you do get a rare strategy card for free. And if you don't like it, we can put it into a set and try and roll for a better one. And here we are. This is where you pull the rest of your cards. In the Marketplace store, under the Players tab, there's a pack. It's a strategy item for 5,000 coins. You open it up. You hope you get a blue. I've never pulled a blue. If you pull a green, that's really good. Most of the time, you're going to get a bunch of these right here. Okay, so this is where all your hopes and dreams are made or shattered in the exchange set. So if we go to just the normal exchange set category, we go all the way to the right. Here's the strategy item exchange set. There's a few different sets in here, but we only really use a few. So the basis of this works. Those silver cards, we need 8 of those to turn it into 1 green uncommon strategy card. Then we take 5 of those green uncommons and we turn it into a rare strategy card. If the rare strategy card you get is not the one you're looking for, you can take 2 rares and put them into one of these sets. You get a pull for offensive or defensive. When they say fantasy, they're going to give you 10 of these cards to pick from and you choose one. So once again, to get this pack, you have to put 2 blues into it. To get 1 blue, you need 5 greens. To make 1 green, we need 8 silvers. You still with me? Essentially what that means is if you are extremely unlucky at pulling anything but silvers from this pack, you would spend 400,000 coins to get 1 roll at the fantasy pack, and then you have to choose either offense or defense. So you got to get really, really lucky. You got to be very smart about doing your dailies and using those to put into the sets. And when I say you're lucky, if you pull this pack and you pull a green, it essentially saved you 35,000 coins. So if you want to roll, we start at 400k. And every green you pull, you saved 35k. If you pull a blue, you just chopped it in half. Like I said, I've ripped this thing, I don't even know how many times, at least 1.5 million, and I've never pulled a blue. I did watch somebody pull a blue within their first 7 packs one time, so it is possible. But when you're thinking about how can I get the best strategy cards in the game, we need a lot of luck, we need a lot of coins, and some knowledge around the sets and how we roll. All right, so I want to show you what that fantasy pack looks like. So I'm going to pull a bunch of these. I'm not going to show you all of them because it's going to be a bunch of boring silvers most likely. I'll keep recording in case we pull a blue and I'll splice it back in, but wish us luck. Okay, so we pulled a ton of silvers, no greens or blues, but for time purposes, we just want to speed through these sets. So once again, 8 silvers goes into a green. We're about to put our last silver in here to pick up a green. When you open it up, it doesn't really matter what's on it. Unless you want to use a green, you can. But if we're trying to get to blues, it doesn't matter. So now this set right below it for our rare exchange item. We already had 4 greens in here. Put the one we just pulled. So this is our first chance at getting a good rare card. Fingers crossed. Let's see what we got. Anything with speed's good. Dang. Alright. So now what? So now we're going to take 2 blue rare strategy cards and roll for a defensive strat card with speed. We're looking for a second in the zone card that has speed. Very important, if you're going to rock 2 of those cards, those bottom 2 stats, one of them has to be different. So we currently have tackling and speed, so our in the zone can't have tackling and speed. It have to be speed and anything else. All right, so here we go. We're inside the defensive strategy item set. We're going to take our 2 blues that we don't like. We're going to put them in here, and we're going to pray to the Madden gods that we get in the zone with speed and not tackling. So here we go. First one up. Nope. Basically, there's a lot of these cards that will probably be better at the end of the year, but for right now, we're trying to boost speed to our defensive backs. You know, this one, that'd probably be pretty decent down the road when you don't have to boost speed when the cards are already built in with a lot of speed. But for right now, not what we're looking for. Ooh, boosting hit power and play rec wouldn't be bad. Once again, later on down the road. Here's a speed card, but it only impacts your middle linebacker. Important you make sure you look. This only gives speed to the middle linebacker. And if you sub in your safety, it would not work. Ooh, here's an island card with awareness and speed, the same one we already have. That's not going to work. Like I said, you got to make sure those bottom 2 are a little bit different if you're going to play 2 of the same strat cards. In the zone, tackling and speed, of course, we get the same one we already have. Of course. Now, there's people out there that would kill to have that card because we obviously already have it. We don't need it. Okay, so... wow, we pulled 2 speed cards for our defensive backs, but they're the exact same ones we already have. Hopefully when you do this roll yourself, you are getting the card you're chasing after. Thanks for tuning in today. If you got some questions about strategy cards, your team, our team, or anything that has to do with MUT, find us on Twitter at DadBrowGaming. If you like what you see, you know what to do. Until next time, goodbye.